Hey, I'm Mindy Kinnis. This is Mental Capital. I just finished up a webinar on peak performance for traders, so I thought I would record you a brief message for your Friday morning pre-market prep. Today, let's talk about contrast. It's super important for us as traders to keep in mind the contrast from where we are and where we want to be, or where we are and where we have been, because it's really, really easy to get just so zoomed in and narrow our focus, especially when we're going through a losing streak. Now, the last month for me was a losing streak. It was the biggest drawdown that I have been through in my trading career so far. Just day after day after day, loss after loss after loss after loss. It's literally like I felt like if I touched something, it doesn't matter what I was trading, it would go the opposite direction. And it would go in like a fast pace, momentum, and stop me out. It was bad. So bad that I called my trading mentor and I was like, should I just quit? Clearly, this is not working for me. And he essentially pretty much just laughed at me, which was absolutely perfect. I did not need him to baby me or have sympathy for me. He was essentially like, oh, Mindy, so this is your first big drawdown of your trading career. Welcome to the club. And if you're going to be in this club, you will go through drawdowns. It's not the end of the world. You're not going to die. Just keep going. Show up tomorrow with your big girl panties on. Get back to it. And I would do that and I would lose again. And I would do that and I would lose again. And I'm like, oh, like how did this happen when things just not that long ago were going so well? So contrast is super important to keep in mind, because what I have right now, having come out of that drawdown, at least to an extent where I'm like, okay, I feel decent about it now. Had, I don't know, 4 winning days in a row or something like that. But I can look at where I just was, the contrast to that, and I can have an immense amount of gratitude for what's going on right now. I can also remember how delicate this whole thing is, like how easy it would be to just ruin it all that progress, all that work, all that time and energy, all that potential P&L that you had accumulated. It can go away so quickly. So for me, I'm actually, not that I enjoyed the whole drawdown thing, I'm not glad about it by any means, but I am in a weird way grateful for it, because it brought me back into this sense of the contrast between, whoa, this is real bad, and now it ain't so bad. Even on those first few days that I was winning again, they were small wins. I think my P&Ls were like maybe $49 or $24 or whatever it was on those first couple of days. And I'm like, I just need to get a win so that I can begin to shift my mindset. It's exactly what I teach my clients to do all the time, and I have to put it into practice myself. So what I want to encourage you to do today is, if you're not yet journaling out your trading positions, trades, emotions, how you're feeling, how it's going, journaling your progress, I highly encourage you to do that. My hope is that if you've been watching this channel for a while, or if you've taken some of my courses, if you've listened to this podcast for a while, hopefully you're already doing that. And so what I'm going to encourage you to do is to go back through some of those journals and remind yourself, because it's easy to forget. Again, we get really like sucked into the current moment, the current status, the current, whatever is going on, and we don't remember where we came from. Now, there's pros and cons to that, but what I want you to do is really go back through and look at your progress, acknowledge where you've come from, and if you're in a really good place right now, that's awesome. Be grateful, celebrate that, remind yourself of, it wasn't always that way, and it may not always be that way going forward. Or if you're in a not so good place right now, like I was last month, remind yourself that it can get better. Remind yourself of previous wins that you have had, and know that, any given trade can be the trade where you start to turn that back around. Just some food for thought for you today. Have an amazing weekend and a wonderful trading day today. I'm Mindy Kinnis. Thanks so much for watching.